Good morning, Facebook friends. I'm back in the kitchen this morning and we're going to fix something that's going to be extra good. Now, you know I don't have the recipes written down, so if you want to grab you a sheet of paper and a pencil, I'm going to give you just a minute to do that. But anyway, what I want to tell you that I am so glad that y'all liked the squash Alabama. We ate every bite of ours. It was delicious. And I've had so many people in Andalusia saying, oh, Miss Brenda, it was wonderful. We ate every bite. And so that's one of the things you can do with your squash. And the other thing, you know, is to cut it up in little cubes. And y'all remember how to fry that because we've done a video on that. So that's two good ways. And I've got some other recipes that I'm going to share with you later. But today, y'all, we're going to do something that you probably never heard of. It's called Cabbage Casserole. Now, if you have heard of it, I know that you love it. One time when we were at church, we used to cook for the Wednesday night meals. My husband and I, along with Jeff and Laquita Grimes, they're the ones that do the Dixie Dirt. But we four would go in every Wednesday night once a month, and we would cook the meal for our congregation. And one of those times we had, I'm melting some butter in case you wonder what I'm doing with the other hand. One of those times we fixed this cabbage casserole. And so there was some men in there in the church that said, we don't like cabbage. We're not eating cabbage. And we said, that's fine. You just leave it laying there. If you don't want to eat something else. Because we had a lot of other things fixed. Well, let me tell you, those people loved that cabbage. So that's what we're going to do today. So you for sure need your pencil and your paper and put down cabbage casserole. Now, I've got that turned off. I had to melt some butter for this. So we're going to start making our cabbage casserole. The pig had some really good looking cabbage this week, and I got one. I like the green on mine. You know, you go to some grocery stores and they pull the green leaves off, but I love the green. So what you want to do is you're going to cut up, rough cut, a small cabbage. And so I'm fixing to just rough cut it up here. And it may not even take the whole cabbage. I'm going to cut that in some little pieces right here. Just rough cut. It doesn't have to be anything special. Just cube it up a little bit like this. Cut some more off. But anyway, we're having a good day today. The weather is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's so pretty outside. We had some good rain this week. And we've had some people to stay at the bed and breakfast last night. I fixed them a good breakfast this morning. But anyway, what I was going to tell you is when they called to reserve a room, they said they were from Paris. I got all excited, but it happened to be they were from Paris, Texas. But that's all right too. They're from the big state, other than Alaska. That's a really big state. But anyway, all right, so I've got my cabbage kind of rough cut a little bit. I'm going to separate some of it. I hope y'all can see this morning, but I'm going to separate it like this. Kind of separate it up a little bit. And I've got me a casserole dish over here. I'm fixing to put it in. Now, some of you keep asking about how to take care of your iron skillets. I am telling you, cook in it. That's how you do it. If you've got a new skillet, wash it good with soap and water and start cooking. If it's a big skillet, put you a big ham in it and cook it in the oven. And when it comes out, it will be seasoned and ready. And if you've got a smaller skillet, fry you some bacon. All right, I'm gonna get this. You do not have to, you don't have to grease it or anything. Just put your cabbage in there. Now, wasn't that easy? All right, I'm gonna spread it out and see if I need a little bit more cabbage. You know, it calls for a small cabbage, but I know we're gonna eat it all, so I wanna make sure I put a plenty in there. I'm gonna cut up just a little bit more. This is gonna be for supper. I'm gonna go ahead and cook it today because I've got some yard work I want to do. I've got some elephant ears that I've been trying to transplant, and I'm going to try to do that today. soon as I can, as soon as I can get out there. Some of you wrote in this morning and said, "Where's Miss Brenda? She didn't post yesterday." Well, let me tell you, I made something yesterday. I made a big lasagna and a salad. But I figured y'all all knew how to make lasagna. I mean, that's been around forever, so I didn't video it. But it sure was good. We had that, and we had some salad, and I had grown these tomatoes in my little bed out there. I hadn't got actually a garden. I just planted them in these big giant pots. But I grew me some, they're called Cherokee purple tomatoes. Let me show you one of them. There's a good one right there. Here's a better one. It's an old-timey tomato, Cherokee purple, and it's got, see how it's purple on that side? And they're real acidy, strong, and they don't grow very big. That you can tell it's not that big, but they are delicious. Anyway, I cut some of those up, and I put them. Let me put on my bowl this morning. I put them in our salad last night. All right, now then, I've got this spread out. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is it says, and I got my old recipe. You can tell it's old. Look there, it's all crumpled edges and all that kind of stuff. But I got my small cabbage in there. Now I'm going to put 1 Vidalia onion. Well, I didn't have a Vidalia and I didn't have a big one. So these are 3 little bitty ones that I had over there in my basket. So I'm going to use them. That's just as good. You know, the sign of a good cook, not bragging, is to use what you've got. Use what you've got. You know, used to, George would say, what we gonna have for supper? And he'd already looked at the refrigerator, and it was kind of empty. There wasn't anything there. Okay, he put all this onion on the top of it. Anyway, and then that night when he sat down for supper, we had this big meal. And he said, I just can't get over it. He said, there wasn't anything in the refrigerator, and here you are with this giant meal. Well, you know, a good cook can look in there and make something, as my mama said, out of nothing. So I'm going to do these 3 little onions because that's all I had. And I like onions. So I'm just cutting them in circles, kind of thin circles, and you spread that on top of your cabbage. And if you want to go ahead and write it down, it's going to be cooked at 350 degrees, probably for, I don't know, let's see if the recipe even says how long. It says about 45 minutes, but it's just till everything gets brown and bubbly. When it gets brown and bubbly, everything will be ready. All right, I'm going to separate these onions. I always feel like I'm in a hurry when I'm talking to y'all in the morning when you're visiting with me in my kitchen. And I guess the reason is I know y'all got a lot of other people that you watch. So I kind of want to get through so you can get to everybody's recipes today. Not just mine, but everybody's. There's a lot of cooks on there. And everybody's got some good recipes to share. That's the fun of cooking, is sharing all these good recipes. Y'all have sent me some good ones. That ice cream recipe that I did the other day, somebody said today that what they did for something different is they took a really ripe cantaloupe and they, like this is it on my onions now. Okay, let me let you look at it. See here, I got my cabbage at the bottom and got my onions on top. It's gonna be good, y'all. It's gonna be good. Anyway, what they did is they put their cantaloupe in the food processor and ground it up real good. And they said they put some Eagle brand milk in it, 2 cans, and then they filled it up to the fill line, sometimes with half and half of real milk, but it didn't have eggs or anything in it. And they said it was delicious. Well, I don't know whether it was or not, but I'm going to try it one of these days. All right, here's what goes on top of this. 1 can of cream of chicken soup. So we'll put it in my bowl here. 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And what did we do before they started making soups? I don't know, because a lot of casseroles call for different kinds. All right, then you put in 1 cup of mayonnaise. See if I can get it open. You know, my hands aren't as strong as they used to be, that's for sure. Y'all ever have trouble getting that lid, that thing off of there? All right, there we go. Well, they've got that mayonnaise full to the top. There we go. Now, let me get me a spoon. All right, 1 cup of mayonnaise. All right, there we go. You put that in with your creamy chicken soup. Okay. You know, I told you I was melting some butter over there a while ago. Well, I melted a half of a stick. So I'm going to fix to pour that in. If I can find my stuff I'm looking for. This sweet lady sent me some really pretty pot holders this week. She said they're made out of cotton. They're cotton. And aren't they pretty? I hate to even use them. They're so pretty. I'm afraid I'll mess them up. But I have melted 1/2 of a stick of butter. I'm going to pour that in there. So in this bowl, we have a cup of mayonnaise, a can of soup, and a half stick of butter. All right. Now we're going to mix that up. I feel like I'm beating an egg up. Notice all right, it says we're going to do like a, let's see right here, salt and pepper to taste. So let me get out my salt and pepper. Oh, Lordy. There we go. All right. All right, I'm going to put a little salt. Just a little bit all across. And a little pepper. Okay, got that done. See, this is quick and easy. See my salt and pepper on there? Okay, now we're going to beat this up. And I'm going to put it on. Just here and there, all over the top of it. And see, that stuff's going to melt down. This soup, and it's going to go down into that cabbage and onions. So you do not have to layer it or anything like that. You just put it around like this. Make sure that you put some everywhere so that everybody gets a bite of this. Okay. And I'm going to take the back of my spoon now and I'm going to spread this mayonnaise soup mixture around over the top of it. Like that. Okay. Now then, I am going to make the topping. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to move this out of the way. See how I kind of spread that soup mixture over the top of that casserole? Kind of evened it out a little bit. All right, here's what the topping said. It said we needed a stick of melted butter. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in this skillet right here. Y'all turn around this way so you can see a little bit. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to turn this on and go ahead and melt it where I melted the other one. I think I'll cut it up and it'll probably melt a heck of a lot faster. Like that. Yeah, it won't take but a minute. We'll melt that up. All right, now then, I'm going to tell you what's going to go in the top so you can write this down. Okay, on the top of this, we're going to put 1 stick of melted butter, 1 cup of grated cheese, and 1 stack, a package thing, of your Ritz crackers. And we're going to put that together and put it on the top, and that's it. So in the inside now, in case you missed it, a small cabbage, one Vidalia onion, medium size, but you know I used 3 smaller ones of what I had over there. Half a stick of butter, a cup of mayonnaise, and a can of cream of chicken soup, and salt and pepper to taste. Mix that up and put it on the top. Okay, now then, we're going to turn around here and do our crackers. We're going to probably do it in this bowl. Okay, you remember how I showed you how to do the crackers? Well, yesterday when I had that lasagna, we ate some of our crackers out of here because I like it with my salad. And so I'm going to use a piece of this one and a piece of that one. Like I said, we have to make do, don't we, sometimes? All right, here we go. This is how we crackle. Remember, we just bear down like that and bear down on the other side. And then take your fingers and do this. And then pour it in your little bucket right here. See how fine it came out? Look at that. You can't beat that. Okay, let's do this other little piece of a package so we'll have a whole pack. Not much in there. Some nights for supper, I just like a can of, peanut butter crackers and milk with some peanut butter. Ritz crackers. All right, our little stuff is melted over here. See there? We'll turn that off. Get me out another one of these little hot pads, and I've got another thing too that I use all the time. That this other lady gave me that slips over it, but I used it this morning and now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. This is the other one that someone else made. Isn't that nice? You just slip it over the end of your. There you go. All right, now come over here. We're gonna put this together. All right. Okay, you're gonna put on your butter. That's a stick of butter and 1 sleeve of your Ritz crackers. And a cup of cheese. I'm going to mix that together now. You ever heard the old saying that everything tastes better with butter and bacon? Well, I believe that's just as true as it can be this morning. All right, here we go. Let's put it on our casserole dish. We're fixing to pop this booger in the oven. I want to just kind of put a little bit here and there. So, like I say, because everybody wants some of the crusty, don't they? Everybody likes some of the crusty. This will be good. You know, I think what this would be good with was a big baked ham and some fried squash. And cabbage casserole, that would give you something green, something yellow. It'd give you a meat. And I'm going to show y'all how to make some cornbread maybe tomorrow. The kind I make anyway. I'm sure all of you make some. A lot of you have been making my hot water cornbread, and you said you love that. I do too. All right, got that on there. I want to get every little bit, as my mama said. But I'm going to spread that around so that everybody can have a little bit of the crusty. All right, now here's what we're going to do. Even though it says to cook it 45 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, here you go. See it? See how pretty? It's going to be good. All right, I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to talk to you just a second. Whew. Even though it says to cook it for 45 minutes, if you look in there and that top is real brown and pretty and it's bubbling in there and you can see it bubbling, then that cabbage and that onion are already done. I mean, you know, they're going to be done. I'm going to look at my clock. Right now it's 15 minutes till 11, and I'm going to cook that for the 45 minutes or about 45 minutes. I'm going to keep checking on it. And you keep checking on yours too. Hey, y'all, have a good day today. I don't know what's happening in your neck of the woods, but here, I'm going to plant my elephant ears today outside. And I'm going to love on my old dog a while. Her name is Biscuit. And I don't know what else I might do. I've been thinking about getting some old clothes up that I hardly ever wear and taking them to the Christian Center here in town. So anyway, but it'll be a good day, Lord willing. I love y'all. Have a great day and try this cabbage casserole. I know you're going to love it. When it gets done, I'll come back and let you see it. But right now, it's no use waiting here and talking for 45 minutes. So I'll talk to you later when that comes out, okay? And I'll show it to you. Bye-bye. Y'all have a great day now. Hey, y'all. I'm back. I'm out of breath. I've been working outside a little bit, but I came back in to get the cabbage casserole out of the oven, and it's been on exactly 45 minutes, like the recipe said. So let's see if that's the right amount. We're going to get it out, and I'm going to sit it right here, and I'm going to taste it and let you look at it, too. Yeah, it looks good. Oh. There you go. It's kind of bubbly. I can hear the bubbles in it. All right, let me get me out some, because I'm going to have cabbage casserole for lunch today. I'm going to get out just a little bit. I'll get it in this bowl, because I'm going to continue on with my work, and then I'll see. All right, you know me. I'm going to get just a little corner part out. It looks real creamy. Ooh. I think I got too little of a bowl. Let me let you look in here a minute. Wait just a minute. Let me let you look in this where I've gotten a corner out so you can see how creamy it is. And that cabbage looks good and done. You want your cabbage and onions good and done. See? See, can you see down in there how creamy it looks in there? All right. Okay, now then. Y'all know I got on my old jeans today, my old work jeans. The ones that my children have written all over. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, let me get me something to sit it on here so we can see. All right, it looks really good. See how creamy it is in there? And don't say, well, I don't like onions, and so I'm not gonna put any onions in there. You may like them. Woo! I like it hot, but my goodness, this is really hot. Oh, y'all. Now, if you said you like the squash, you're going to love this. Cabbage casserole. Who would have thunk it, as they say? Who would have thunk that? The onions are good and tender. You don't want them to a total mush. You want them kind of firm. They taste really good. It is delicious. You're going to have to try this next. Cabbage casserole. I should rename it as Alabama casserole. But it's good. Jeff and Laquita and George and I are the first ones to serve it at Bethany Baptist Church, and they all loved it. There was 200 and something of them. So if they loved it, you're going to love it too. Talk to y'all later. I'm finished. Go outside and finish some of the work I started. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.